Hi, y'all, it's me. I was contacted by the founder of Chalkola.com, Anuj, who asked if I would be willing to do a product review on these brand new Chalkola premium wet white markers. And I was pretty excited about them because I did do a little research before getting the product. So I'm really was anxious to get them and play with them. So I went ahead and I said, fine, I would love to review them. So here they are. Now, these particular markers are best used on hard non-porous surfaces like glass, whiteboards, also known as dry erase boards, on mirrors, on plastic, on chalkboards, on ceramics. There's just a variety of surfaces this can be used on, as well as I discovered paper too. It can be used there, but it won't have the same abilities, and I'll explain that in just a moment. So anyhow, they come in this 10 pack here, which is really nice. The nibs on these are 5.5 millimeter and they're a bullet tip. And these are called the party colors. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out because I really want to show you a little more about them. And as I said, you get such a variety of colors, and they're very bright and fun to play on. They're neon and just really beautiful colors. So these do require that you prep the markers because they're made of a medium high density chalk ink. So when you receive them and you open it, you'll notice that the nib is just a solid color. It's not, doesn't have the orange on it yet. So what you need to do first of all to prep your markers is you need to shake them. Once you do this, you won't have to do it again. The ink just flows beautifully after this. So you just go ahead and shake it for a little bit. And then what you need to do is you need to depress the tip down, and to get the ink flowing, you just start tapping the marker down like I'm doing here. I'm just pressing it down for a little bit. And you continue to do that until you start to see the ink flow. And this could take a couple of minutes. It's a heavier ink, so it does take time to get down there. But once it does, it works perfectly. And so it's just now starting to show up, and I'll show that to you in just a little more. You can see here on the nib where, oops, I'm sorry, see how it's starting to show there? Just streaks of that orange color. So you continue to press it down. I hold it in place a little bit, and then I pick it up and I push it back down, hold it in place. And again, this is just a one-time deal, so you won't have to do this each time that you use these wonderful markers. It's coming. It's starting to fill up a little more, so we'll keep on dabbing here. I didn't have to wait so long with my other ones last night. They seem to prep really quickly. This one is just, of course, because I'm on camera, it's going to take a little longer, but they really don't take that long. So as you can see, the color is coming down. I still have a little ways to go. And now it's going to be easy because it's starting to show on my paper, as you can see there. See that? So now the whole nib is covered with the ink, and now I never have to do that part again. That's all done. So of course I told you it could write on paper, and it does really good. Now the thing about writing on paper is that it won't have the same, you can't erase it off paper like you can off of the other surfaces that I've mentioned to you. It dries on the paper and that's it, it dries. But look at how vibrant the color is against the black. It really stands out, as do all the other colors that are available in this collection. So I'm going to show you a few things that I played with last night, and just to show you how great they work and show you the properties of this particular type of marker. So I thought how special it would be to have one of your family members wake up and have their own decorated birthday cup for their birthday. So this was just a ceramic mug that I picked up at a thrift store. And look at that. I mean, and you can go crazy with them. Look at the colors, how vibrant they are. And these colors, I'm sorry for the glare, by the way, it's really bright in here this morning, so it's trying to do my best here, but you can see I can rub it like this with my hands and it doesn't come off. However, when you wet it, it will come off. That's the property that this has on the non-porous surfaces that it doesn't have on paper. Paper, it'll just dry there. So once you decide that the day is over, your family member had their surprise, you can just come in with a wet cloth and I did this last night, by the way, and so it's been on there all night. And look at this. It just wipes right off. And you can do that on the whole surface with a wet cloth, and there it goes. No more ink on your surface. So that's the best part of these markers. So these are meant to be used as a temporary solution, but imagine using these like in your craft room. Imagine sending these to your child's teacher at school so she could use them in her classroom with the children. Oh my gosh, it's unlimited the things that you can do with this. I used it on glass, which is probably one of the most popular usages of it here. I had this picture frame, and that's my grandson, and I just came in and I decorated the edges with the chalk markers. Now, mind you, you can, like I said, you can change this every day if you want. You can let your grandchild do it because, as I said, it wipes right off. But it is on there. I can rub it. It won't come off until I wet it. So that's a really nice feature. You could imagine how during graduation or weddings, when people write on windows of cars, you could do that too. That would be awesome. I mean, the colors would show up fabulously because these are these bright neon colors. So this is on the glass surface. That was really fun to do. And then I also thought, oh gosh, I could even do, with the holidays coming, cookies for Santa from my grandbaby, and he could just decorate it himself and leave that out with cookies for Santa. So I thought that was really cute. And again, it's on there until it gets wet. So I did that. I also thought about having a party, and it's holiday season coming up. We're having Thanksgiving and Christmas and all New Year's and all of that. And I always like to serve beverages in glass. And we have issues with whose cup is this? Is this my cup? Is this your cup? Well, you could leave your Chocola markers sitting out and have your guests write their name on their cup, just like I did there. See, I wrote my name there. So there's no question as to, is that my cup? I know it's my cup. So it's just a nice thing to do at a party like that. I also, with that same idea in mind, you could write right on your serviceware where you were, say, having a dip and it was spicy. You could just write spicy on the bowl. I know you could put a little paper sign next to it, but that could get moved during the course of the party. So it would be nice just to write it on your surface there. So that says spicy. And then another idea for safety measure would be this one, that it has nuts. For people who have nut allergies, you might want to identify that on the item that's in the bowl so that they would know that it has nuts and not to eat it. I also thought, I have a mom that lives with me. She's in her mid 80s, and I have an electric stove top in my kitchen. And sometimes I go in there and I'll use the stove and turn it off. And if you have an electric stove, you know the top stays hot. So in order to prevent my mom from coming in after me and burning herself, I even went in there and wrote hot on the burner plate next to the one that was hot so that she would know not to touch it. It's kind of a good safety issue. And then when it was cooled off, I went in there and wiped it right off. So I'm going to put a picture of that for you right now. See, isn't that a great idea? It keeps her safe and keeps me happy. So finally, the last surface I want to share with you that I've used Chocola markers on is on chalkboard, because of course you can use it, and look at the vibrancy of the colors. They are so pretty and vibrant and lively. And what I really loved about them as well was the coverage. The coverage was really good. I don't know if you noticed over here in this one, the solid, look at how solid that color is. I mean, it's so solid you can't even see the stroke marks of the markers in there. So it's absolutely wonderful. And again, when I'm done with this, if I change my mind and I want to change this to something else, I just have to erase it and go ahead and reuse the Chocola markers. I am going to put all the links down below for you for these wonderful markers. I'm sure that you're going to want them in your collection of craft supplies. You know, we only recommend good things to each other, and I am totally impressed with these markers, as I'm sure you will be. So don't forget to get your Chalkola markers. Again, the links are below for you. Thank you so much for sharing this with me, and until next time, do what makes you happy. Bye for now.